what we're all so energized, enthused, and excited about, the 2015 Oregon State football season and a new era. We're going to talk about that here tonight. Then we're going to go in and cheer on the Beavers to their 8th straight victory in the Civil War. We look forward to that. And we don't want to wait any longer. We appreciate all of you coming out, the band, the cheerleaders, Benny, all of Beaver Nation. Let's give a great Beaver Nation welcome to New Oregon State head football coach Gary Andersen. This turnout and just your thoughts about how excited you are to see a crowd like this tonight. Civil War basketball inside. It's great to have you with us. Thanks for coming out, Coach.
Well, it's great to be here. First of all, I'm excited to go in there and watch the women go get number 8 in a row. Civil War victories are great. I'm excited to watch that. It's going to be a lot of fun. So it's great to be here. I appreciate you guys. Got a couple members of the staff, and the rest of them are wandering around trying to buy houses right now and take care of their few wives flew in today for the first time, so they better be taking care of them too.
Coach, tell us a little bit about these early days. So much has happened. I know it's been a whirlwind, but tell us and convey with Beaver Nation here just what's been on your plate, what you've been doing. You met with the staff and the team. Just give us a sense of where you are right now.
You know, this has been a great week. We got the staff settled in last week and got them all here. School started. Great opportunity for us in this period. We can't go out and recruit until the middle of next week, so we were able to spend some time with the kids. Each position coach has had an individual meeting with them. I finished up my individual meetings with each young man today. It was just great to kind of get to know them and understand who they are, the direction that they're headed, see where they are academically, see what their goals are socially, and start to see them in the football facility. We had a couple early morning runs this week that was fantastic to get an idea of where we sit athletically and break down the positions, and gives us a real head start moving into recruiting, because you don't quite know what you have until you see the young men move around. But very, very pleased with the acceptance, the mindset, the work ethic of the kids in this program. They're excited to start this quarter out, do things the right way, and so 7 days in, we're all good.
I had the opportunity yesterday, Coach, and we'll meet several members of your staff here tonight, but I had the chance to sit down with your new defensive coordinator, Kalani Satake, your offensive coordinator, Dave Baldwin, and just to hear them talk about the sense of family, kind of getting the band back together, all being excited to be in Corvallis, got me fired up. Tell us a little bit about that aspect of kind of gathering the band back again to come here.
You know, it's very unique in college football. You had a staff that they had great jobs, and they're very well established in the profession, and had a lot of opportunities to make decisions. But it was crazy when I sat down and made a very easy decision for myself to come to Oregon State and started to make those phone calls to these coaches. It was kind of a dream list that I had, and even Stacy, my wife, a couple times was looking at me like I had 12 heads. So, but it all worked out. Every coach believed in the vision, believed in the dream. I just shared the vision of the athletic department. They went on and educated themselves. Coach Satake and Coach Tuiaki had the opportunity to compete against Oregon State the last couple of years, so they had firsthand experience, and so everybody was all in. There wasn't, I didn't have to sit there and beg anybody to come or say, hey, let's go do this, or they jumped in, and we did. We got the band back together. We sat there last night. There were 14 coaches with not a lot to do except sit in the lobby of a hotel and look at each other. So, but we're able to just kind of reflect on the days that have gone by, and they're so excited about the kids in the program. The support from the community has been fantastic, and that's important. There's a lot of families, there's a lot of little kids moving into this community that are getting uprooted from all over the country, and the support has been fantastic. So we appreciate that. I truly appreciate that as the head coach, allowing those assistants to be able to come in here with their families. It's a little easier for me. It's just me, Stacy, and a couple Great Danes, so we're pretty low maintenance, but a lot harder when you got the young ones.
Coach, when you talk about the football part of it and visiting with Kalani and Dave yesterday, I mean, you guys together as a staff, a lot of football right now, evaluation. Tell us a little bit about that, how that process looks. And you haven't been reluctant per se, but to say, well, we're going to do this on offense, we're going to call ourselves this on defense, or what kind of scheme, etc. What kind of evaluation mode are you in right now about all of that?
Well, exactly that. You know, you build an offense and a defense. You have your core beliefs and what you want to be. We want to be aggressive on defense. We want to play man coverage. We want to be able to run the football. We want to be able to throw the football horizontally and vertical and cause all kinds of problems. But you have to move your personnel and build your offense and your defense off the personnel that you have. So we're in the process of that. And this staff is fantastic because they can walk into a room and they know each other. So the needs for recruiting is so key. We just sat down this afternoon and we went through our list. We know the young men now. We talk about each kid in the program. We talk about how many scholarships we have, where to apply them to get as good as we can for next year, and also sustain and put ourselves in a position to remain competitive and get better and better throughout the years. It's a very complicated process, but when this crew walks into their offensive meetings, their defensive meetings, and then the full staff meetings, there's so much in common that you know, we're way ahead of the game because there's no egos. They want what's best for Oregon State football, and we're all on the same page moving forward. It's been great.
And the final thing, Coach, before we give you an opportunity to introduce members of your staff that are here tonight, in terms of when you talk about recruiting, of course, a big day coming up on February 4th, and we'll find out a lot of things then. But when you get out, you're out with your message, your coaches are out with your message. Just give us a sense, you made this a destination place. You want young men who feel the same way. How's that all going right now?
Well, it's great for us. You know, we'll get out on the road and we'll be able to share our vision. We'll be able to share the vision of the university, where we're headed, the direction that we're headed with the facilities. It's the best of the best. It's an unbelievable college campus, unbelievable college town. The sense of community is rare in today's world of college athletics as a whole. And so we have something that's very, very special. And we're looking forward to getting into those living rooms, those high schools, get with moms and dads, and make sure that we do everything we can to get those parents or those decision makers on a trip here with them. If they come to Corvallis, they can spend 48 hours in the city, 48 hours around this university, around the student body, around the other student athletes, and in the football facility. You know, to me, it's a slam dunk, and our coaches will go out there. And the best thing is when you're at a place like Oregon State, you know, we believe this as a staff, and we talk about it all the time. We're not going out and selling anything. We're going out and showing them what Oregon State is. We don't have to sell. All we got to do is show. And if they like it, they like it. If they don't, then they're making a huge mistake.
Well, Coach, we appreciate you being here tonight and members of your staff. Let's find out who some of these guys are.
Okay,
Coach.
all right, real quick. Let me just talk about these two guys. Dave and Kalani come out. Coach Baldwin, Coach Sataki. Two guys that I've been with for a long time. So they didn't serve around a Kalani got himself out of Salt Lake City, so he's enjoying the warm weather in shorts. It's a beautiful thing. But no, these two guys are unbelievable coaches, number one. When you go out and, at least when we put together a staff, and when I say we, it really, the three of us, it's Dave's offense, it's Kalani's defense. I try to do everything I can to support them, but we went out and found a staff that was very capable of moving in a direction very quickly to play at the highest level, which you have to do in the Pac-12. But these two guys care about what I care about. Student athletes first, and we take care of those kids and put them in a position to be successful academically, socially. We all believe that football will take care of itself, but they're great minds. They're very focused on what they're doing. They've done it for a long time, and they're at the top of their profession. And again, two guys that absolutely just were excited about saying, yep, that's what I want to do. Have had unbelievable careers. I've been fortunate to be around them a little bit throughout the years, and we're planning on doing it for a long time. So I'm going to let them just say a couple words to you, and then we'll move on from there. So here's Coach Baldwin.
Coach Andersen called me the day before Christmas, and I held it from my wife for about 22 hours, and I gave her a Christmas present. I said, honey, we're going to Oregon State. Now, I had to pull her off the ceiling. That's how excited she was. We came here on New Year's Day and went over to Newport. We're already exploring the towns and everything around. And what we want to do is get an offense that's going so we can bust the dam and go down there and beat that team down there.
Thanks, Coach Baldwin. It's an honor for me to be here with my family. Just real quick, the background with me and Coach Andersen. When he called me, first of all, my wife, my family loves him. He's like family to me. And when we were separated, he went to Utah State to be the head coach. My wife wanted to go with him to Logan, Utah. So, and Gary said, not now. This isn't the moment. And then he went to Wisconsin, and my wife said, hey, are we going to Madison, Wisconsin? And Gary said, not now. Gary said, no, not now. But then when Gary took the job here at Oregon State, Corvallis, we already knew that this was perfect for us. And we were so thankful that you welcomed me and my family to this community. I know about this place because I was on the other sideline when that place was rocking against us. Seeing great players that have been through this place. A lot of friends of mine that played here. A good childhood friend of mine, T. Moala, played linebacker here. And then there was a great D lineman that I thought I had out of high school that played here, Stephen Paya, that played here as well. There's been great players, there have been great teams here. But more importantly, the thing that I came away from Corvallis was the great people that are in this community. And it's such an honor for me to be part of you and part of this group, and I'm excited to build this damn defense.
Thank you so much, coaches, and it was inspiring to hear them both yesterday. You'll have an opportunity to hear those interviews coming up soon on OSUBeavers.com with Coach Baldwin and Coach Satake articulating their background with Gary, their backgrounds in football, and their love for this university. And we know that resonates with all of you, so we just kind of want to wrap it up here tonight. Thank you all for coming. We're going to go in here in a few minutes. But one of the things I do want to remind you of before we hear a final word from Coach Andersen, that season ticket deposits are being taken right now for the 2015 season for just $50. So get that taken care of soon. BeaverTickets.com. Get your season ticket deposits for 2015. Renewals will be coming soon. And there's a cash-only line, by the way, Beaver Nation, for tonight's game. If you want to avoid the big lines here, there's a cash-only line on the railroad side to get into the Civil War tonight. So I wanted to give you those two bits of information before we wrap it up with the coach. Coach Andersen, thanks for being here tonight. What's a final message you want to share with the great fans of Oregon State athletics, Beaver football, this community, as you and your staff continue to build this thing?
These girls tonight, it's all about them. Let's go cheer them on. They got a Civil War victory. Go Beavs!
Thank you, Coach.